Okay, so we're going to be learning about whether this is proportional or not. And in order to know that, we need to be also knowing about non-linear relationships and linear relationships. So non-linear relationships are like if I would draw the coordinate grid, or whenever your lines are not straight. So like this would be non-linear. All of these are non-linear. The way I like to remember is linear kind of has a line in it. A non, it means not. It means not. So that's why it would be not a straight line on the coordinate grid. These are all examples of non-linear relationships. Now, over here, we're having our linear relationships. This means it is a constant rate or a constant proportionality on a graph, which is what I'm going to be learning later. And this means that I can go ahead and draw a straight line. It doesn't have to cross through the origin, but I can draw a straight line. Like this are all examples of linear relationships. And now proportional relationships. These are key to what we're going to be learning today. Proportional relationships. And in here, for the proportional relationship, we're going to be focusing more on this since you already learned all that. And there's different ways we can identify proportional relationships. It's by a table, and it's also by a graph. And we can also identify the word problem. And for the table one, the method I like to remember is y is equal to k times x. Your y value fits in here, and your k value, or constant proportionality, fits in here, and your x value fits in here. Now, if your equation matches this, and you can plug it all in, then that means your equation is proportional. And even on the table, for the table one, there are two rules. One is that if it has 0, 0, that's automatically considered proportionality. And the second would be y divided by x. Now, if I would remove this check mark, you can see how there's your x value and there's your y value. We're just simply going to be plugging those numbers in and dividing. And if your number comes the same all throughout, at least 3 tries, and it comes the same, then that means it is proportionality. And non-proportional relationships only have your linear, meaning they're only a straight line or your rate. And for proportional relationships, it would have a linear and it would cross through the origin. This one crosses through the origin, and so does this one. Because if we look, our origin is right about here. And this origin is right here, and it crosses through there. And so that's the way you can also figure out in the graph whether it's proportional or not. And non-proportional are simply just the opposite. So like over here, it's a straight line, but it is not crossing through your origin because your origin is right here. But it does not cross through there. And in your table, whenever you divide your y and your x, it does not come the same number. And in your equation, it doesn't match your equation over here. That's how to identify whether things are proportional and not. Proportional and linear relationships and non-linear relationships on your coordinate grid in your table. And that's